Hi, I'm Jessica from AdventHealth Kissimmee.
And this is AdventHealth TV.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom Johnson. We want to start this episode by sharing a show of gratitude recently by AdventHealth senior leaders. This is a recent appreciation dinner for ICU physicians and advanced practice providers. They came from AHMG practices and our hospitals. Senior leaders spoke from the heart, letting them know how much their incredible efforts during the pandemic are appreciated. They cared for thousands of critically ill COVID-19 patients over the last year and a half. CFD President and CEO Randy Hafner among those sharing their thoughts during the event.
Thank you for the risks that you have taken, even sometimes at your own personal peril. Thank you for continuing to care, even when it would have been very easy to start getting jaded. Thank you for your humanity, for being heroes, but also showing that you're human. Thank you for going home exhausted and depleted. Thank you for coming back the next day.
CFD hospitals and practices are seeing a concerning trend related to the pandemic. Patients are putting off all kinds of care, and the effects of that are now beginning to be seen. So, Dr. Minton, let's jump right in. That was the focus of a recent episode of the AdventHealth News Briefing on Facebook Live. Dr. Lisa Minton is a surgeon who specializes in breast cancer care with AdventHealth Medical Group. Dr. Minton talked about the effects delayed screenings have on outcomes. Putting screenings off can be harmful, and not just with breast cancer.
It's the same with other cancers as well, that earlier is better and potentially preventative as far as identifying breast lesions that would say that the patient is at a higher risk for developing breast cancer. Getting these screening studies done in a timely fashion gives us the opportunity to maybe even prevent them from developing breast cancer.
We continue working to improve and expand the services we offer to our Central Florida communities. So now let's take you to AdventHealth Kissimmee for an update on a project we first showed you last spring. This is what the new expansion there looks like right now. This is happening on top of the tower which opened in 2015. 3 brand new floors going in above the 3 existing floors. A total of 80 new beds being created here. Med-Surg and PCU moving into new space in the expansion. Construction expected to be complete at the end of the year. Patients should move in early in 2022. We will let you know when that happens. Growth is important inside AdventHealth too. One important area where we are growing is our decontamination team. They stand ready in case there is ever a dangerous incident involving chemicals. Videographer David Maddox introduces you to some new recruits.
Today we are training staff members to be part of the AdventHealth decontamination team. It's a 12-hour class. The first day they learn the basics of hazardous materials.
This is triage.
They take everything that they learned on day 1 and they put it into practice on day 2.
The first thing that we need to do is make sure that people have a wide entryway.
AdventHealth has to be prepared for any disaster that may happen, and there could be times where we receive patients that are contaminated with hazardous materials.
There we go. Okay. Good to go.
So it's important for us to have a team of specially trained staff members that can care for those patients so that they can receive the medical care that they need.
I needed a training, so I figured today was a perfect day for it. We set up tents, we set up the Trident.
And the Trident 1 forms a wall of water that we can use to decontaminate patients.
We set up a regular fire hose to decontaminate everybody.
Everything culminates at the end of the day with the decon team coming together.
Can everyone hear me?
And running patients, simulated patients, through as we would in a real event.
Going through the tent is it's a little bit scary.
I can't see anything.
How do I get out?
Some of our team members deserve Oscars.
I got stuff in my eyes. I can't see.
Right now, this is a team just for Central Florida Division South. We will be working with our North partners to integrate what they currently do. We are always looking for more people to be on the team.
All my other co-workers, get it done. It's better be prepared.
If the real thing does ever happen, it's going to become second nature.
All right, you guys go off. Go off.
If anything happens, I'll be ready, and I know that I'm trained to know what to do.
I'm sure you know the old adage, the calm before the storm. But what about the calm after the storm? One of your fellow team members recently snapped a shot that illustrates it nicely. Brian Crimmins is Executive Director of Internal Communications in the CFD. He's also kind of like my boss too. So if you see him, tell him you really loved this. Anyway, he says he was on a call recently when one of our heavy afternoon rainstorms passed right over the CFD Executive Office building in Orlando. Brian says he looked up and saw this beautiful scene out the window. The calm after the storm is gorgeous in this case. Don't forget, we want to show off your entries too. We prefer video, but we'll take photos too. They can show your team living out our service standards or your crazy cool, unusual work from home space. Send them all our way by emailing them to us at AdventHealth TV at AdventHealth.com. Until next time, stay healthy and feel whole.